Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jeanette Wong, and I'm a life coach and Reiki practitioner. On this channel, we explore topics that are going to help you create a life that is aligned, it's creative, it's deeply fulfilling, and it's full of possibilities. Today, we're going to be diving into the concept of intentional living, what it means, why it matters, and how you can start living intentionally today. So let's get started. What exactly is intentional living? Well, in its most simple form, intentional living is all about making conscious choices every day that aligns with your values, your goals, and the kind of life that you want to create for yourself. It's about stepping off that autopilot and being really present in your decisions, your actions, and even your thoughts. It encompasses so many powerful practices like letting go, forgiveness, mindfulness, being aware and aligned with who you really are so that you can actually truly be living a life that you want. It's not about being perfect or having everything just figured out from here until the end of your life or even until the end of the year. It's all about living in the way that feels authentic and meaningful to you right here, right now. And living intentionally is really powerful because it puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. It's helping you move away from that stuck energy, the overwhelm, or the reactive way that you're living your life. And instead, it's letting you design a life that you really want. Think about it. If you're really clear on your priorities, it's so much easier to say no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what truly lights you up. Research shows that 95% of the time of an adult is spent in an autopilot mode. What that means is that we are only using 5% consciously of our brains and how we're actually living. Can you imagine? 95% of the time, you're just doing the things that you've always done, thinking the thoughts that you've always done, and believing in the things that you've always done. And as we know, if you have the same input, you're going to get the same output. And that's why intentional living is so important and such a powerful way of living because it enables you to get out of that autopilot. It enables to use more than 5% of your brain and be more than 5% conscious. Can you imagine? If right now, how you're living, you're only conscious 5% of the time, what if you just increase that by 1% a day, a month, a year? How much more can you create? How much more fun are you going to have? How much more amazingness can you draw in just by shifting this tiny little bit every single day? Intentional living creates the space for you to have clarity, to have peace, and to be in alignment. It's all about how you bridge that gap between who you are now and who you want to become. And it doesn't necessarily means that you're doing a straight line from here to here. It means that you're flowing with life, whether it's like this or even if it's like this. You're being intentional in all the moments that you're given every day, and you are allowing yourself to choose how you want to present yourself. I first discovered intentional living when I was feeling completely stuck in my own life. I was just going through the motions, saying yes to things out of obligation because it's my calendar, because it's my friend. And I consistently felt like there just wasn't enough time for me to be doing things that really mattered to me, or even enough time to be living the life that I actually want to. I still remember that day when I woke up for what felt like the 100th time, or even more than that, feeling really guilty. I was feeling really overwhelmed. I was feeling like a failure. And I was just feeling like, what am I doing here? The moment that my brain became conscious, I just felt this massive weight on my chest as I was lying there in bed and I couldn't shake it off. My goodness, I woke up late again. So I didn't do my exercise or my meditation. I didn't yet start doing my content or finish that content I was supposed to have finished for my social media. And I didn't show up this morning for the connection time with my partner. I am such a failure. What am I doing? My God. Like, I'm a coach and I'm supposed to be this amazing person who is like always up on time and always giving my best and always this, that, and the other. And the guilt, the failure feeling, and like just the overwhelm just crushed me. Does that sound like something familiar to you? And I remember lying there thinking, what's the point of this? I can't do this. I can't be that person who everyone comes to. I'm not this person who is like got all of their stuff together. I can't. That's all I could think of at that moment. But luckily for me, because I have all of these amazing practices and around me in an environment that enables me to grow, and all of the foundations that I've built all these years that I've been practicing personal development, I have stuff around me that actually enables me to get myself back up again. And as I sat at my desk that day, just going through the motions, yes, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, I took a deep breath and I looked up from my desk. And right in front of me is a quote: "Don't dream your life, live your dreams." And that day, I read it differently. This quote, "Don't dream your life, live your dreams," hit me differently. Because I was thinking, am I living my dreams? Is this what I really want in my life? This going through the hamster wheel and churning things out? Is this how I want my days to go? And once I started asking myself those questions, and all of the answers, believe it or not, was no, no, and definitely not, everything began to shift. From that moment, I started seeing light at the end of my tunnel. I started living and thinking and feeling differently. And I closed my laptop, closed everything that was in front of me, and went and sat on the sofa with myself. And from that day on, I took things a lot slower. I took my time and gave myself the space. It didn't mean that I was slow and I didn't have output. It just meant that I was intentional and conscious about what am I doing? What am I thinking? How am I acting? And as soon as I feel like, oh, I'm getting back into that hamster wheel again, I'm able to recognize it and get back off again. Intentional living helped me find balance and set the boundaries with myself and also my outside world, and reconnect with my purpose, my true self. And I want to make sure that I can share with you what I've learned with you so that you can start asking yourself the right questions in order for you to choose the lifestyle that you want to live. Okay, so let's talk about how you can start living intentionally and how you can start choosing to be more intentional in your life from today. There are three key areas that I will invite you to start looking at when you want to start living intentionally. The first one is your values. Ask yourself, what are my values? What's the most important to me? Is it family, creativity? Is it health? Or maybe it's adventure, it's stability? Whatever they are, List them all down because your values and what's important to you is your guiding compass, the direction that you want to take, the general gist of where you want to go in order for you to start living that life that you really want. The second one is your dream life. What is it that you really want in life? What does your dream life actually look like? What does your ideal day look like? What does it feel like? All of those things add up together. And when you create your dream life and your ideal day, you're then giving yourself that destination point on your own map. Because without that destination, you don't know where you go. You can't go into Google Maps and say, oh, just take me somewhere. Doesn't exist. Google's like, yeah, but where? So by having that destination point of this is what my dream life looks like, you can then start taking time and taking action to map out your path to get there. The third one is saying no. Learning how to say no is probably one of the hardest things, whether it's no to someone else or whether it's no to ourselves. And learning to say no is not about being selfish. And it's not about, I'm for me and that's it. I don't want to connect with anyone else. It's actually about honoring your own time and your own energy and giving yourself the space. Because if you are doing something that you're not really aligned with, then guess what? You're going to show up in a way that's not in alignment with your true self, and you're not going to be there, and the other person's going to feel it. The question here is, think about what can you say no to for today, this week, this month, this year? Is there anything that no longer serves you or is no longer in alignment with your energy that you can let go of? And when you are saying no to those things that no longer serve you, you are allowing yourself to have more space and more time and more energy for those things that really matter to you. And once you've got clear in these three key areas, you can now start planning and brainstorming and creating the way on how you can get from where you are now and where you want to get to. Intentional living is a journey, not a destination. It's about showing up for yourself and your life in the ways that feel aligned and true to you, the authentic you. And it's all about giving yourself the opportunity and the space to get clear on your visions, your values, your dreams, and letting go of everything that no longer serves you so you can focus on what really matters. I hope this video has inspired you to reflect on what intentional living could look like for you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and also hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any future content from me. And of course, I would love to hear from you. In the comments below, let me know what is the one thing that you want to let go of today? Or what does your dream life look like? What is one value that you've got clear on that you didn't even realize was there? And if you would like to get some more support from me directly, then you can check out the links in the description below for more details about how we can work together. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.